You deserve a break. And who doesn't love to hear that? Unfortunately, close to none are going to tell you that, unless it's your mom or your best friend, but they don't do business with you. So that's why I am here today to tell you that you deserve to take a break. Because let's be honest, and I don't know about you, but I am tired. And I don't mean tired in like I didn't sleep well last night, because most of the times I always sleep well. I mean tired in like I've worked myself too hard in a long period of time. Tiredness, basically, I'm exhausted. And there are many ways to be tired. If you're physically tired, go get some sleep. That's basically the only things that helps with physical tiredness. And many people tend to like watch Netflix shows or scroll on TikTok when they're physically tired because they think they're going to recharge themselves that way. But that's a lie. You're just going to stimulate yourself even more. Your body can only truly heal and charge when you're asleep. Netflix can wait. TikTok can wait. But you cannot function properly if you haven't got your sleep in. And then we have the types of tiredness that sleep can't help with. Mental tiredness, creative tiredness, emotional tiredness. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's all the boxes I'm checking right now. If you're new here, welcome. If this is not your first time on my channel, you probably noticed that I'm in a different spot than I usually am. My roommate and I rented a house because we both needed the break. This house is in the middle of nowhere. We have water nearby, we have a mini forest in our backyard, and honestly, sometimes it's just that change in location that you need to get back on track. You see it with musicians, you see it with writers. They usually go somewhere else to write or to write music or to deep focus. We're both here to do that, but we're also here to take a huge break. So it really comes down to balance, because even though we're here to relax and ground, we're also here to study and to work. And as much as I make this video for you, telling you that you deserve to relax, I'm also making this for myself, to telling me that I deserve to relax. And I feel like in today's world, it's all about the grind. It's all about hustling, blood, sweat, and tears, making as much money as you can before turning 30. And all of that is great if it also came with balance. And it just doesn't. And it makes more and more sense to me why so many people are stressed, burned out, deprived, overwhelmed, because we were never taught to take the breaks that are supposed to recharge us emotionally, mentally, and creatively. The only people that are going to tell us that it's okay to take a break is, like I said before, your mom or your best friend. But in a business related area, you're the only one who's in charge of when you need to take a break. And this means setting boundaries and saying no to the things that are going to flood your mental space. Your friends, your boss, your coworkers, your employees, they don't know how much you can take on unless you tell them that. So they're just going to keep pouring on you until you say stop. And just setting that boundary can be a huge accomplishment in itself, especially if you tend to people please a little bit. I have also made another video about that. If you want to check that out, you can see that right here. But these boundaries are so important to set if you want to keep track with yourself and let other people get to know you better and practice more balance and peace in your life. So because we genuinely live in a busy world, we've made it a habit to be productive. And to be honest with you, I kind of like that productive feeling. You know, getting things done. I feel like the more I can get things done in the beginning of the week, the more I can relax in the end of the week without having those stressful tasks hanging over my head. But if you're forcing yourself to do a task while you're tired or you feel burned out or overwhelmed, that is not the right way to go about it. I'm sure you know that feeling of total procrastination over a certain task because you're just already so over it. So instead of forcing you to sit at that desk, hoping you'll complete the task even though you've been scrolling on TikTok for the last hour, you can still choose to be productive. The key is to get to know your own energy better. If you're mentally tired, it might be better to use your physical energy. Go for a walk, go to the gym, clean your kitchen, and still do some of the tasks you have set for yourself to accomplish on that day. And if you have experiences with having a lot of creative energy in the evenings, you might take advantage of that. Paint the painting, write the book, film the content at night instead of the mornings where you might be having more mental energy to tackle work. And while you're doing something else than stressing over that particular task, you're actually recharging your mental energy. So you can use it for creative energies, physical energy, and then you can move back in and using your mental energy. And if you still don't feel like it, if you're like, I can't do it, don't worry, sleep on it. go back to it tomorrow and just make sure that you do it. As great as these productive breaks are, there will be a time where you're tired in all areas, where you're checking all the boxes of tiredness. You feel like you could drop everything and just sit in silence for a minute, maybe shed a little tear, cry a little, get it out of your system. These times are so overwhelming because you are exhausted. You have to actively tell yourself that you need and you deserve a break. And I'm not talking an hour on TikTok. That's not a break. You need an actual break. Leave your phone behind and do nothing. Sit in silence, think all the thoughts, feel all the thoughts, speak the thoughts out. You can write it down or you can talk to yourself, whatever feels the best for you, but you need to have that break if you're so overwhelmed. Doing nothing is literally so important for your mental health, for your balance, and for your inner peace. And it always makes me think of when I was younger, and I'm sure you can recognize this. The summer breaks, the holidays where we just had nothing to do, absolute boredom. No responsibility, no expectations, no nothing. I miss that feeling, but obviously we always want what we can't have. Back then I would give anything just for something to do. And today I'd give absolutely anything for a week of nothing. What often happens when we give ourselves permission to actually relax after a long period of hustling and grinding is that our body tends to communicate that to us through a little bit of illness. I don't think I'm the only one when I say that I have been sick over the holidays before, or the day we left for vacation, or if I just took a day out of my calendar, just a cold hit me or a flu or something, because our body tends to communicate to us that we really needed that break. It can hold back illness because it knows that we're grinding, we're working hard, so now is not the time. And then when we give ourselves permission to let go, it just comes right in. But this is our system telling us that we need to slow down. And for some people, it might even come before actively taking that break. And the thing about that is that a lot of people tend to ignore those signals. What happens is that the risk of them getting depressed or really sick is higher. So we really need to start listening to our bodies. If you feel like you're getting a little sick, take the break, recharge, get better before going back to hustling and grinding. And I feel like the more aware you become of this, it's easier to spot the different signals your body is sending to you. You can start to think about what type of illnesses you get, if it's like a bacteria, something that was inevitable, or if it's actually your body telling you to slow down. I think taking breaks should be mandatory in every single business because businesses thrive of good ideas, and really good ideas are very hard to come up with if you just keep staring into the project all the time. The amazing ideas often comes to us when we aren't at work. They often come to us when we're out walking, when we're showering, when we're talking about passions, and doing really everything else than work. The worst ideas come when we're trying to force the idea into the project, but you're actually just creatively tired. So you need to just take a step back, do something else, and relax your mind, because your subconscious mind already has the idea, it already has the answer. You just can't force it out. You need to relax, you need to lean into that you already know the answer, and the answer will come to you. I personally have had some of my best ideas just before I fell asleep, or in the shower, or in a meditation, because my mind was so relaxed and so ready to just accept anything that really fell upon me. So if you are creatively tired, shifting your focus from work and developing ideas to doing something practical will help you tremendously in productivity. So I will say this again, take the break. Before I will get back to doing nothing in this gorgeous house, I have this week affirmation for you. And it goes like this. I am so happy and grateful now that I listen to my mind and body, take all the breaks I need, and work toward more productivity in my life by continuously learning to know my energies better and better. It is so. Thank you. Fam, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful day. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this video. And if you have any questions, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!